Chiefs worth $5 million, and Nate Solder re-signs with the Giants. So that move saves them $6 million under the salary cap, and they are reportedly going to meet with free agent wide receiver Kenny Golladay. The Cardinals have come to terms with A.J. Green on a one-year deal, while Hassan Reddick reportedly leaves Arizona to hook up with his college coach Matt Rule and the Panthers, who also come to terms with Denzel Perryman, and the Lions acquire Michael Brockers from the Rams for a late-round pick. Oklahoma will be without its second leading scorer Saturday. The Sooners' Davion Harmon tested positive for COVID and will miss the first round. The top half of the Eastern Conference in the NBA is red hot right now. The Sixers are looking...
The following sports broadcast is a special presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school basketball. Today's high school basketball broadcast is being brought to you by
Smallwood and Small Insurance, 121 Administrative Drive, Martinsburg. Cider Press Restaurant, just off Exit 5 Inwood. Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring, 6342 Winchester Avenue, Inwood. Chris Ross with Milestone Realty, 105 Tavern Road, Martinsburg. The Mortgage Center, 115 Aiken Center, Martinsburg. Dynamark Atlantic Security, your local alarm professional. Ollie's VIP North Side at 36 Veronica Drive, Martinsburg. Arndt McBee Insurance, Martinsburg and Berkeley Springs. And D&N Auto Specialist off Tavern Road, Martinsburg.
And now, let's go courtside and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team with today's pregame show.
And a very pleasant good evening, everyone. Welcome in to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. We are at Martinsburg High School, where tonight it is an EPAC matchup, and just as importantly, if not more importantly, it is a sectional showdown in high school boys basketball, as the Martinsburg Bulldogs will play host to the Spring Mills Cardinals. For Talk Radio WRNR and TV10 Sports, I'm Matt Miller. Matt Crawford by my side. John Alderton running our TV10 camera, and Colin McLaughlin is our studio engineer. Well, Matt, these two teams come in with unique records. Let's start with what has happened on the floor. Martinsburg 1-1, but technically 0-1 coming into this one, while Spring Mills is 0-4, but technically 0-3 coming into this one.
And, Matt, that's because there was no punishment at all handed down by the WVSSAC because of the games they did not play against the Virginia schools that they actually did play. We'll get into that as the pregame goes on. But the WVSSAC did make the ruling over the past 48 hours. We found out about it this morning that not only do the games not count that would have been played, or that can you not play anymore that would have been played against those Frederick County schools, but also the wins and losses vacated. So you don't have to necessarily forfeit. You're not adding a loss to the loss column, but Martinsburg's win over James Wood, their only win on the season so far, has been vacated. So right now, their record through 2 games, 0-1.
Well, and it's been a long time since they've been on the floor. And, Matt, that could be a good thing or could be a bad thing when you consider talking with head coach Dave Rogers after that win against James Wood. And while it was a 59-50 victory after the 20-point loss in their opener against Morgantown, he said there was still plenty that they needed to work on. They've now had time to get on the practice floor before this one here today.
Plenty of time. 9 days, in fact. And while in a normal season you may not love that, with the short amount of practice time that everybody across the Mountain State had, right around 14 days, especially in this part of the state, I think practice time is good, especially for this Martinsburg team after talking with Coach Rogers. Now, 9 days, maybe a little longer than anybody may have liked, but I think practice time was good for this Martinsburg team. And for Spring Mills, they've been able to get on the floor pretty consistently. The way their schedule has been laid out, this will be unofficially game number 5 for them, officially game number 4 for them. So they've got a little more time on the floor, and we'll see if that makes any difference here tonight.
Well, we saw them last Friday at home against Washington in a regional and EPAC showdown. That game went double overtime before the Patriots came away with a 55-51 win. Then on Monday, they played the makeup of what was to have been their season opener, delayed due to a COVID situation with University, and the Hawks took it to these Cardinals 62-34.
But, Matt, I want to go back to that Washington game. That was a game we had, a double overtime thriller. It took Washington making a shot at the bucket to even force overtime. It was a couple of big free throws down the stretch for Spring Mills that left them with the lead with just seconds to play. Washington's Terrence Jones able to get a layup to tie it and go to double overtime, or go to overtime, then eventually double overtime. But I was very impressed with Spring Mills and the way they battled back, especially in that fourth quarter. Washington really dominated that game in the first half. The third quarter, Washington kind of stayed status quo and kept the lead where it was at the half, but Spring Mills you never thought they were out of the ballgame the way they had competed throughout the game, and it showed when they were able to get to the foul line. They were able to sink clutch shots in that game and really help them be in that game late and force overtime.
They've been able to compete, but have yet to be able to turn that into a victory. Maybe tonight they'll get that win here at Martinsburg. Well, that is a look at our matchup. We'll have a little more later on in our pregame show, but up next we want to talk about what else is going on around the Eastern Panhandle. It's our check of the area schedule. It's a 2-minute timeout and then back for more. West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR TV 10.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Babe, I'm hungry.
Where do you want to go?
I don't know. You pick.
Chinese?
No, not feeling it.
Mexican?
No, we just had that over the weekend.
You pick.
Let's go to the Cider Press restaurant. They have a new smoker burger. I think you'd really like it.
The Cider Press restaurant inside Taylor's Farm Market has what you're craving, where the food is fresh and you feel right at home. Exit 5 right off I-81 in Inwood, or online at ciderpressdeliandgrill.com.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com.
NMLS number 237527, equal housing lender.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
The Martinsburg Field House tonight. The Bulldogs taking on the Spring Mills Cardinals. This is our only boys basketball game. Well, actually, I'm looking at the wrong day on my calendar here. There are two other boys basketball games on this Wednesday night. Yesterday, I thought Tuesday was Wednesday. Now today, I'm looking at Wednesday back to Tuesday. All right, here's what we got. Ready?
That's called old and senile, folks.
Thank you very much. I'm living up to that. Jefferson is at Hedgesville tonight and Washington at Musselman. So it is a Wednesday night of EPAC basketball.
About time.
Yes.
I'm really happy to get these EPAC games back. It's been fun to see some of the talent from around the state. It's been fun to see, whether counted or not, some of the talent from Frederick County, Virginia. But it's always nice to see these sectional and regional battles. So looking forward to seeing some final scores, especially that Washington-Musselman game. We've had a chance to see both of those teams. Now, the only team we haven't seen in the Eastern Panhandle is Jefferson. But I'm really looking forward to seeing what the final of that Washington-Musselman game is.
All right, let's go. Let's quickly just talk about Rick Kozlowski had the article in the Journal this morning. Initially last Friday, when we first got information that the VHSL season, winter season, was officially over, and the Frederick County schools who had opted not to participate during that season but waited a little while longer because of the COVID spread in their county, meant that their teams, Sharando, Jameswood, Millbrook, were being considered as club teams. The WVSSAC says you can't play club teams, and we found out on Friday any further games would be canceled. At that time, we were under the impression that the games that had already been played would still count. we found out from Rick Kozlowski in an article this morning, the SSAC is vacating those games. And what I mean by that is they're calling them no contest. So basically you wipe them out. Listen to what that means. That means Hedgesville goes into that matchup with Jefferson tonight, now with a 3-0 record, as their 2 losses came both against Sharando. Throw those away, and Jefferson technically comes in at 0-0. They were 2-1, having defeated James Wood and defeated Millbrook. They suffered a 1-point loss against Sharando, and they had games against James Wood and Millbrook canceled last Friday and on Monday. So Jefferson, while they've played 3 times on the floor, technically plays their season opener tonight.
Let's just chalk that up to another one of those questionable decisions made by the WVSSAC, and we'll leave it at that.
It's crazy. Musselman is in a similar boat in that they have played a game against Sharando that will not count. So they will be 1-1 going into their matchup against the Washington Patriots. But Washington will come in likewise at 1-1. Instead of being 3-1, because wins against Millbrook and James Wood now do not count in the win column. So that's what we're looking at tonight in boys basketball here in the EPAC. There is a girls game tonight. Hedgesville is at Jefferson this evening. Last night we had the broadcast right here as Musselman got the win at Spring Mills in girls play. 35-28 was the final. Very quickly before we get into our break, the freshman matchup between these two schools here, Martinsburg and Spring Mills, was played yesterday. Martinsburg got the 40-11 victory in that one. They've now won 2 in a row, having also defeated Musselman after their season opening loss against Morgantown. And the JV boys wrapped up a 50-35 win against Spring Mills just before we got on the air. And now the varsity hoping for the trifecta in this week's matchup between the Bulldogs and the Cardinals. All right, a 2-minute timeout. On the other side of the break, we'll hear from both head coaches as we continue to preview this matchup. It's West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
All right, Matt, when it comes to flooring, you can't beat luxury vinyl. It's waterproof, easy to clean and maintain, extremely durable, and looks great.
Are you nuts? Hardwood flooring's the way to go. It's durable, easy to maintain, matches every decor, and increases the value of your home instantly.
All right, one thing we can agree on is Tripp's Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring. They'll take care of you with great selection, service, and pricing.
Whether it's hardwood or luxury vinyl, call Trips at 304-229-7009.
Or visit trippsfloorsanding.com. Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078. The Art McBee Insurance Agency is proud to be a sponsor of EPAC Basketball. We're an independent insurance agency representing many top insurance companies. We offer home, auto, business, life, and health policies. Call us at 304-263-6906 or stop in at 824 North Queen Street in Martinsburg for a no-obligation quotation. Offices in Martinsburg and Berkeley Springs. Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
And at the Martinsburg Fieldhouse, as we continue on the pregame show, we hear from both head coaches. Let's start with the homestanding Martinsburg Bulldogs in his 42nd season. Head coach Dave Rogers, we got our conversation started talking about what he has seen from his team so far through 2 games, 1 official game.
Well, as we've said before, it's good and it's bad. We would definitely want to play, but after how we've looked the first 2 games, the practice has done us a world of good.
What are some of those things that you saw from those first 2 games that you really wanted to work on with this time to do it?
Well, defensively, number one, make sure that we were all on the same page. It's not that we can't and couldn't do it. It's that we were really uncertain when we were going to switch, when we weren't going to switch, how we were going to play this defense, how we were going to defend this. So hopefully we're all on the same page right now. We're all doing it. I tell our kids, all 5 of us can do it wrong according to whatever the book says. But if you all do it wrong together, you're still going to be successful. So, it's just that one of those things where we've got to play. We need playing time now and learn each other and to get better because, it's not like we've had time to really mesh.
Speaking of meshing, what is it you want to see on the offensive end of the floor? One game against Morgantown, not real high scoring. You did get up to 59 points in that matchup against James Wood.
Well, first of all, we need to move the basketball. We need to make sure that we share the ball, but we got to move it. Sometimes we're catching and holding sometimes. And we've got to dribble it to the gaps. We got to get downhill a little bit and try to set up some shooters, and then we all got to crash the boards and just do the little things, do the fundamental things that make you successful as a basketball team.
All right, there you hear from Martinsburg head coach Dave Rogers, just some of his thoughts heading into this matchup. They are taking on the Spring Mills Cardinals. We caught up with second-year head coach Luke Samples and got our conversation again started with what he is seeing from his young team so far.
Yeah, I think we're right on track to where we want to be. Again, haven't got the win, but we're right there. We're right there every game. Again, we played University. I think they're number 4th in the state right now, and we held them to 62 points, 62-34. So, again, we're happy with where we are. We are competing every night, and that's what we plan to do this evening.
You saw a regional opponent against Washington. Now tonight you see a sectional opponent. How big is this game?
Oh, man, conference games are huge. Sectional games are bigger than regional games. And I think everyone tries a little harder when you come to Martinsburg on a Wednesday night. I mean, if you can't get excited, I walked in and I told my assistant coach, man, this is the show. Like, I love coaching here. My kids should love to play here. You got to beat Martinsburg. That's what it comes down to. In football and basketball, they're the kings until you dethrone them. And it's just awesome to have that opportunity twice a year.
What is it that you see in Martinsburg? What do you expect in this matchup?
They're big. They're athletic, just like they are. They're typical Martinsburg, man. I mean, they're aggressive. Again, they have some young kids they bring off the bench that I really like. So, yeah, man, we can't turn the ball over. We can't have live ball turnovers. We can't give up offensive rebounds, and we have to be patient and execute. And that's our formula pretty much every game. So we're going to go out there and we're going to play our game, not theirs. And if we do that, again, hopefully at the end of the game we have a chance.
There you go. Luke Samples in his second year leading the Spring Mills Cardinals. Some of his thoughts heading into their matchup tonight here at the Martinsburg Field House. All right, let's get in another 2-minute timeout. On the other side, Matt is back with me, and we'll continue to preview our matchup. It's West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
Babe, I'm hungry.
Where do you want to go?
I don't know. You pick.
Chinese?
No, not feeling it.
Mexican?
No, we just had that over the weekend.
You pick.
Let's go to the Cider Press restaurant. They have a new smoker burger. I think you'd really like it.
The Cider Press restaurant inside Taylor's Farm Market has what you're craving, where the food is fresh and you feel right at home. Exit 5 right off I-81 in Inwood or online at ciderpressdeliandgrill.com.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Ollie's VIP Northside, the best spot in town to catch any game locally or nationally on one of their many flat-screen TVs around the bar or on their heated patio. And on Wednesday, March 17th, the VIP wants you to join them for some of their fantastic St. Patrick's Day specials, including grilled sea bass or Rob's Ridiculous Reuben with cornbread and cabbage. If you can't make it for dinner, they're also offering half-off appetizers during happy hour from 4 to 6 p.m. That's Ollie's VIP Northside at 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. We'll see you for the game.
Along with Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller. John Alderton running our TV10 camera. Colin McLaughlin, our engineer, back at the studio. It's the Martinsburg Bulldogs hosting the Spring Mills Cardinals in boys action here tonight. Matt, unbelievable, but a pair of teams still looking for their first win of the season. Martinsburg officially 0-1. They have averaged 52 points while giving up about 57.5 in the two games that they've played on the floor. But when you consider you can only count the Morgantown game, that was a 20-point loss, 65-45. Let's see if they can bounce back.
I was going to say there's going to be a whole lot of officially and unofficially when we're talking about stats and averages and everything tonight for both of these teams. But you look at the one official game that Martinsburg's played this year, and that was against what looks like it's probably the top 4A team in the state of West Virginia this year, and that's Morgantown. And the first game out for Martinsburg, they'd only had the bare minimum of practice they needed. Morgantown had gotten in some scrimmages. They had already played a game. So you're talking about something that, again, I'm hoping we get to see that matchup again, even if it's in the state tournament at some point, which would be the only time that those two would see each other again, not a home and home on the schedule this year. So you kind of got to take all that with a grain of salt. And again, it's been 9 days since unofficially the Martinsburg Bulldogs have been on the floor. For Spring Mills, they've been, take away the university game, they have been in every single game they have played this year. Going into that Washington game, they had lost by a combined 6 points. So you're talking barely over double digits combined in the losses after that Washington game. The university going to make that a little bit of an outlier, but this is a Spring Mills team that could very easily have 1 or 2 wins on their schedule without batting an eye.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you consider it was a double overtime 4-point loss in that matchup against Washington. So they have been right there with opportunities. This young team still trying to maybe learn how to get those wins. We call it a young team. Out of 8 players on the roster, really 9 now, as we've had a swing player, a young man that will play some JV, but also some varsity added to the roster here tonight. It gives them 9 players, but Matt, 5 are seniors, no juniors, and 4 sophomores, and yet you look at it and they have only 3 returning players and 1 returning starter, so not a ton of experience.
Some elder statesmen, but also some young kids. Jacob Gill Wilson for Spring Mills is going to be one of those kids you have to watch. 13 of 16 from the charity stripe, and we saw him on Friday night against Washington. You look at a guy like Austin Davis, who we believe is going to get the start again tonight. So a couple of these younger kids that, while they're being thrown in with those upperclassmen, have earned some valuable playing time. And one of those seniors that hadn't played since he was a sophomore is Keon Padmore Johnson. He's a senior and arguably the best athlete, one of the best athletes on the floor, throwing Anthony Smith as well. But he's fun to watch, but missed his entire junior season due to injury and hadn't played a varsity minute until this year. So you got to take some of these guys with a grain of salt because of certain things like that.
Padmore Johnson averaging 9.7 through 3 games. The leading scorer is Jacob Gill Wilson, averaging 13, and Christian Bolduc is averaging 12 per game, and he did not get to play in that matchup against University. We understand out as a part of some COVID contact tracing, but cleared and able to be back in this one for Martinsburg. Anthony Smith, about 11.5 a game, and Dorn Smith at about 10 a game, pacing the Bulldogs. All right, let's take a look at the starting lineups, and we'll begin with the Spring Mills Cardinals. 0-3 coming in, led by second-year head coach Luke Samples, a record of 6-20, assisted by Greg Alfred, Mark Sawyer, Jason Jones, and Dylan Thomas. For Spring Mills, Keon Padmore Johnson, a 5'11 senior, is at guard. Jacob Gill Wilson, a 6'3 sophomore, is a starting forward. Malachi Baker is a 6'3 senior forward. Christian Bolduc is a 6'1 sophomore forward, and Austin Davis, a 6'1 sophomore forward. So Padmore Johnson, Gill Wilson, Baker, Bolduc, and Davis, the starting 5 for Spring Mills. For the Martinsburg Bulldogs, as we look down It does appear Trey Sager will start. Head coach Dave Rogers telling us he was banged up a little bit, an ankle or so injury during practice, but he is able to start. We mentioned Dave Rogers in his 42nd year, 786 wins, 224 losses, assisted by Bruce Fowler, Brantley Osborne, Richard Moore, Adam Lewis, Chris Berg, and Darryl Smith. We mentioned Trey Sager. He's a 6'4 senior forward. Also starting Dorn Smith, a 6'3 senior forward. Garrett Stobbs is a 6'2 senior guard. Anthony Smith, a 6'1 senior guard. And Luke Fowler is a 6'5 junior forward. So again, that is Sager, Smith, Stobbs, Smith, and Fowler getting the start for Martinsburg. Let's send it back to the studio. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. On the other side of the break, we'll have the opening tip and all the play-by-play. It is Martinsburg hosting Spring Mills here on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
All right, Matt, when it comes to flooring, you can't beat luxury vinyl. It's waterproof, easy to clean and maintain, extremely durable, and looks great.
Are you nuts? Hardwood flooring's the way to go. It's durable, easy to maintain, matches every decor, and increases the value of your home instantly.
All right, one thing we can agree on is Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring. They'll take care of you with great selection, service, and pricing.
Whether it's hardwood or luxury vinyl, call Trips at 304-229-7009.
Or visit tripsfloorsanding.com. Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg offers hand-cut, locally sourced steaks, fresh seafood, and sandwiches with great daily specials like 75-cent wings all day Monday, prime rib on Tuesday, New York strip on Wednesday, and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Ask for the lunch punch card and have lunch on the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard. And don't forget the Big Apple Lounge on Sater Drive in Inwood.
We welcome you back into the Martinsburg Fieldhouse, the junior ROTC, presenting the colors, making their way off the floor to the far side of the gym. The gym remaining silent as they exit, and we are just about ready for high school boys basketball and a good EPAC and the sectional showdown. Martinsburg at the bench directly below our broadcast position in the white uniforms, black lettering and orange trim. In the dark jerseys, that's a dark blue. It looks almost black, and I'm part colorblind, but it is, I believe,
no,
is
man,
it
I think
black?
that's black, yeah.
Then it's the black jersey top then with the white lettering and red trim. Spring Mills across the front of those Cardinal jerseys.
Well, you know the Spring Mills colors, red, white, and blue, so why not have black uniforms?
That works for me. Martinsburg in those white uniforms, and those are the ones with dogs across the front, or should I say dogs? It's DAWGS across the front of those jersey tops. And no tip this season, but rather an inbounds for the visiting team, and it is Gil Wilson at the midcourt stripe, and in the backcourt is Davis and Baker. And we'll see which one gets it, or if they are just simply there to help set a screen for Padmore Johnson, and we can't play without a basketball. They finally get the game ball to our official on that far sideline, and we are ready to go.
What's that movie, Coach Carter? They ran all those plays for hours without a basketball.
The inbounds does go to Padmore Johnson, who cut in behind that double screen. Nobody trailing. Martinsburg will play in that man-to-man defense, and it is Bolduc on the left wing firing from about 18 feet away. It's off the iron, and the rebound, Trey Sager. Bolduc with a good look, could not knock it down, and now Martinsburg with their first chance. It's Luke Fowler from the left side. His three ball is up and good. Fowler has 4 of those now on the season, unofficially. 3-0 Martinsburg. You got to go back to that Morgantown game where he knocked down 2 of his 3 3-pointers. Good defense by Martinsburg, and it's Dorn Smith who gets the steal. He's going to head down the floor, and the one-hand slam dunk. Dorn Smith has had a slam now in each game, and I believe we're going to have a quick timeout. We are, as Spring Mills head coach Luke Samples takes a 30-second timeout, down 5-0. Wow, a very early use of a timeout.
Yeah, I think that was needed. Luke Fowler hitting that 3 was big to start. Again, Martinsburg from beyond the arc so far this year in games that counted and not have struggled at certain times to shoot that 3-point bucket. And Luke Fowler, one of the guys that you were looking for this year to really step up into a bigger role, and you know he's really good from beyond the arc. Garrett Stobbs, another one of those guys you'd like to see knock down more threes because you know he's capable after watching last year.
Well, Matt, this is the 21st meeting between these two programs since Spring Mills opened now in their 8th year, and Martinsburg has won all 20 meetings, and they've done so by an average score of 72-44. So head coach Luke Samples wanting to make sure this one doesn't get away early. And out of the break, Martinsburg goes to full court pressure, easily broken as Bolduc brings it up that far side. He'll stop and pop. His 3, an air ball short. Trey Sager the rebound. Martinsburg the other way as Anthony Smith slows it down at the top of the key, giving to Fowler on that left wing, dribbles to his right, passes off to Sager. He'll try the 3. It's off the rim and the backboard, the rim again. Missed it from the right side on the battle for the rebound. Garrett Stobbs was down on the seat of his pants before he could finally control it and was on the baseline. It'll be a team rebound to Spring Mills.
But you like that effort by Garrett Stobbs, a senior coming in and not wanting to give up that basketball.
Baseball pass down the floor, and Keon Padmore Johnson pulls it in. Quincy Ray had checked in during the timeout, and he threw that one.
And, Matt, how many times did we see that in the game on Friday against Washington? Washington tried to work that press against Spring Mills, and for the majority of the game, they did a pretty good job of breaking it. They're doing the same tonight.
Bolduc from the right corner with a 3 that again rattles in and out. Fowler the rebound, outlet to Stobbs, into the front court. Giving to Sager in that right corner. Back to Fowler on this left wing. Right-hand dribble down to the foul line. Passes off on the left wing to Stobbs. He'll fire the long 3. It's off the back rim. Sager in there for the rebound. Is put back off the back of the iron. And this time Malachi Baker has it. Spring Mills basketball. A couple of opportunities for Martinsburg, could not convert, and now a turnover. Sager grabs the loose ball, lobs a pass down the floor, but overshoots everyone. Out of bounds off the foot of Dorn Smith, who tried to track it down.
First turnover of the game for Martinsburg, and that was a golden opportunity going back the other way, try to turn good defense into a quick transition bucket, just not able to do so.
It's an early 5-0 Martinsburg lead. Almost 2 full minutes into this one. Length of the floor to go. Spring Mills to inbounds. Martinsburg again with the pressure. Padmore Johnson has it, avoiding the trap, sending to Ray. Stolen in a behind-the-back pass while going out of bounds for Anthony Smith. Got it to Sager in the paint to Dorn Smith. Short jumper up and good, and Martinsburg gets 2.
Dorn Smith 4 quick points here, and I always hate the inbounds pass when there is a press into the corner because there's really nowhere to go with the basketball, and Spring Mills did that there and turned into a turnover.
Anthony Smith almost getting the turnover from Quincy Ray, and eventually we get a held ball called, and that will go to Martinsburg. It will be the 4th Spring Mills turnover. Plenty of pressure by Martinsburg, and Spring Mills not able to handle it to this point. A 7-0 Bulldog lead. And Anthony Smith had the nice steal, the possession before going out of bounds, and the behind-the-back pass while going out to get it to Sager and then to Dorn Smith for the bucket. And now this time he gets the tie-up of Quincy Ray, and Martinsburg will have it with the inbounds. Under 5.5 now remaining in this opening quarter.
I think this is the first true opportunity for them to set up an offense, but instead it's going to be an ISO shot for Dorn Smith, and he misses that 3 off the right side of the iron.
He hasn't hit a 3 yet this year, and he left that one a little bit short. And quickly into the front court, Gil Wilson slows it down. They'll swing it around on that far side to Padmore Johnson. Out top to Baker, around to Ray here on this right side, right in front of the Bulldog bench. Down along the baseline, they'll work that one to... Is that a 2-1? That must be Jalen Franklin who's checked into the lineup. Driving into the lane, putting up that runner is Jacob Gill Wilson. Had it on that left wing, dribbling to his right, got into the paint, and the floater's good, and Spring Mills is on the board down 7-2. In the front court, Anthony Smith dribbling into some traffic in the lane, had it poked away, regained control, shot it out to Stobbs, and from the right corner, he gave a ball fake and travels.
Yeah, thought he had enough room that he may put up the three and decided to go with the head fake, I'm sure in his mind, figuring out whether he wanted to actually take that into the lane or put up the three, and in the process, just shuffling those feet a bit. Now, a tough inbound location for Spring Mills.
They do get it in as Gil Wilson found Baker, who gave it right back to Wilson, and now right back to Baker, and then he turns it over. Anthony Smith with the steal to the rim, layup, wouldn't go, tipped up and in by Dorn Smith. Smith's got 6 early points, Matt.
That's what he's done all season long. 10 points on average coming in. Second leading scorer, but not quickly back the other way for Spring Mills.
Yeah, they break that pressure with a baseball pass again, and Padmore Johnson, the beneficiary, he gets the lay-in.
And, Matt, this is what you and I expected to see in this game. A lot of athleticism, quickly moving up and down the floor.
Anthony Smith from the right side tries a three off the dribble. He left it short. Quincy Ray the rebound. And Spring Mills has the ball down by 5 midway through quarter number 1. Padmore Johnson on this right wing sending to Ray. Starts a drive towards the side of the paint, turns and gives to Baker again on the sideline right in front of that Bulldog bench. Checking into the Martinsburg lineup, Kazon Villa. He'll guard Malachi Baker. Now switches off and takes Quincy Ray. Into the lane, Gil Wilson forces up a shot. Good defense, Luke Fowler, and the rebound to Dorn Smith. He'll go the other way, passing that one off, tipped into the air, but Villa comes down with it, and then his pass in the lane stolen.
I think Dorn Smith got away with a little shuffling of the feet in the lane anyway, so I think that should have been a turnover a little bit sooner. See if Spring Mills can shorten this deficit just a bit, 5 right now. I'd like to see them go back inside, which they are right now, to Padmore Johnson.
Back out top, we believe that's Jalen Franklin. We had him in a number 22 on our roster, but he's wearing 21. Quincy Ray with a nice hesitation move and driving in on the right angle gets the layup.
Yeah, Matt, nobody has a true big man down low in this game, so I'd like to see both teams try to go in the paint a little bit more. Obviously, the threes are more exciting, but right now, if there's no real inside presence, why not drive to the bucket? If not, you may be able to get some foul shots out of it.
Luke Fowler on that right wing, left-hand dribble into the lane. He puts it up a little off the back of the rim, but there's Dorn Smith high into the air to tip it up and in. 11-6 that Martinsburg lead, and it is Dorn Smith leading the way.
And somebody's got to put a body on him, box him out.
Gil Wilson into the front court, driving to the basket. His shot comes off the rim on that layup attempt, but he was fouled as Kazon Villa tried to set up and draw the charge, but he was way under the basket, and it's an easy call, the first foul on Kazon Villa.
They're going to get that on 34th, Luke Fowler, man.
Wow, so they got it on Fowler coming over the top trying to block the shot as opposed to Villa underneath.
Matt, it shows you how much outside presence they're wanting to show in this game on both sides. That first foul shot misses, but that's the first foul of the ball game. 2:33 remaining in the first quarter, and that's the first foul, so clearly a lot of shots from the outside so far.
By the way, Gil Wilson, who misses the foul shot, has taken 30 of the team's 47 free throws through 3 games. He's 23 of 30, or 77%, and misses them both here. How do you like that? Dorn Smith, the rebound into the front court to Villa. Gives right back to Dorn Smith. Left angle from 17. His jumper up and good. Wow. Dorn Smith off to a 10-point first quarter start.
Yeah, Smith came to play.
Padmore Johnson into the front court, passing off on the right side, knocked away by Dorn Smith. It goes out of bounds on the end line, staying with Spring Mills. And Dorn Smith's been everywhere. He's done it on the defensive end. He's done it on the boards. 13-6, that advantage now for Martinsburg. Scored the first 7 points. Saw that lead cut down to 3 at 9-6, but now they have scored the last 4, and it's a turnover. Quincy Ray with the pass out from the baseline towards the front court, stolen by Kamari Ondow into the front court from the left side. He'll fire the 3. It rolls around the rim and out. Bolduc the rebound, and here comes Spring Mills. Under 2 minutes to play, quarter number 1.
It's something to watch out for Spring Mills, man. I have already for them 6 turnovers in the game. We're not even through the first quarter, so they got to protect the basketball a little bit more. Luckily, it's just a 7-point game.
That's one of those things Coach Luke Samples talked about in the pregame, right? Can't turn the ball over, and especially live ball turnovers where Martinsburg turns them into quick points, which they've done a couple of times. Baker giving off to Gil Wilson, left side of the floor beyond the arc. Looks like he's going to go one-on-one against Jess Sutherland. Spinning into the lane, put it up with the right hand. It's off the mark. Dorn Smith the rebound. Quick out to Kamari on Dow. Dow down the right side. Slows it down as he got towards the baseline. Kicks out top to Dorn Smith. Why not? 3 ball up and good. First of the season for Dorn Smith. The Martinsburg lead at 10, 16-6, and a timeout on the floor. I believe it's going to be another 30-second timeout. Let's go ahead and take the 30-second break as well. Spring Mills wants to talk about it, down by 10.
Heffley Motor Company, serving the Eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Well, Matt, the old adage is basketball is a game of runs. How about these 3 runs so far in our opening quarter? Martinsburg scores the first 7 to take a 7-0 lead. Spring Mills scores 6 of the next 8 to cut the deficit 3 at 9-6. Since then, a 7-0 Martinsburg run. Inbounds pass against that pressure again. All the way out to half court. Keon Padmore Johnson with it down the right side of the lane. Had the ball knocked away. Good defense. Cyril Ngasa. The ball was saved along the baseline, but no, maybe not. I believe Bolduc must have stepped on that baseline, and that is turnover number 7 unofficially for the Cardinals. So Martinsburg will inbound, and I'm sure not what head coach Luke Samples and his staff wanted to see after calling that timeout.
And Matt, the 5 on the floor right now, Kamari and Dow, Cyril Ngoss, Avion, Blackwood, Villa, and Jess Sutherland. We've heard, as there's a foul on the floor, we've heard Coach Rogers talk about how much he likes this group and how well they're playing, and all these guys coming in off the bench. So we'll see what kind of productivity they can have in this game with a 10-point lead, which I'm guessing is going to be the same 5 for the rest of the first quarter.
Quincy Ray committing the reach-in foul, picks up his first and the team's first. Each team with just 1 foul. As Luke Fowler has the only foul for Martinsburg. Inbounds pass to Kamari Ondow to Blackwood on the left wing. Thought about the 3, didn't shoot it. High post to Villa, back out to Ngaza, back on that left wing. Blackwood driving, gives down low. Kason Villa, shot short from the right side of the paint, but he battles, keeps the rebound alive, got it to Sutherland. His jump hook good off the glass. Jess Sutherland with his first 2 of the year.
Nice little big man move for Jess Sutherland. Nobody behind him, so the fadeaway hook not necessary, but a good move for him down low.
Malachi Baker into the front court, feeling the pressure on the near sideline, getting it off. Eventually, Padmore Johnson has it on that left wing. Back to Gil Wilson on the near side of the floor, to Baker on the left baseline. 12-foot jumper off the rim, and the rebound to Kazon Villa. He's going to run into the front court, taking it to the rim. Layup good. Kazon Villa, the 6'1 freshman guard, with his first 2. 20-6, that Martinsburg advantage. And an offensive foul as Quincy Ray being harassed as he got into the front court, shoved off on Kamari Ondow.
Not sure how much of a shove it was, just lowered that shoulder and kept running.
So Quincy Ray has his second, and with 3.6 seconds left here in quarter number 1. The inbounds to Dow. He lets it roll across midcourt, behind the back dribble, on the right side, lets it go. I think it was going to be too late as it came off the back rim anyway. And at the end of 1, we take a 1-minute timeout with your score, Martinsburg 20 and Spring Mills 6.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078.
Here we go to quarter number 2 at the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. Along with Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller. Our TV10 cameraman, John Alderton, in Colin McLaughlin is our engineer back at the studio. A 20-6 Martinsburg lead, Matt, an 11-0 run to close out the first quarter.
And right now, Martinsburg firing on all cylinders, with 13 of those points in the first quarter coming from Dorn Smith. So it's been really Dorn Smith versus Spring Mills, and right now Dorn's winning.
Yeah, he's winning 13-6 on his own. Bolduc in the front court, tightly guarded by Hudson Clement. First time we've seen him on the varsity floor this season. Keon Padmore Johnson on that far side. Cyril Ngassa guards him in this Martinsburg man-to-man. Back to Malachi Baker. I think he walked as he pulled in that pass. Gives it off, and Bolduc driving right by Jess Sutherland. Got to the rim, but the shot didn't go. Sutherland the rebound. Oh, boy, Martinsburg the other way. Into the front court, Cyril Ngassa down to the baseline right side, spinning into the lane, puts it up and in. Nice shot for the 6-foot junior guard.
It just pushed off on that right foot and spun, and a great move by Cyril Ngassa, 6 foot down low, so not overly tall down low, but just quickness and able to gain a little bit of separation. It was all he needed.
Again, a baseball pass to midcourt to break that pressure by Martinsburg, and now Spring Mills sets up. Gil Wilson giving underneath to Padmore Johnson, out on the left wing to Baker. 3-ball off the backside of the rim. Got just a little bit too much on it, and Quincy Ray caught with the foul as he was reaching in, trying to strip that one away from Cyril Ngassa, who had pulled in the rebound, and that's now 3 on Ray.
And that's a tough foul to explain to your head coach. I mean, nothing you do right, even if you somehow poke that basketball away, it's another inbound to Martinsburg. So with already 2 fouls, that's one where you start backpedaling and run back up the floor, because you're not gaining a whole lot, even if you're able to poke the ball away right on the baseline.
So Martinsburg into the front court, shooting at the basket to our left. About 1:15 into this second quarter. Hudson Clement into the lane. Underhand scoop shot. He was under too far. It came off the bottom of the backboard, but there is Blackwood for the rebound. His put back off the side of the iron, and now Spring Mills has the ball. Slowing it down as he walks across the midcourt stripe is Padmore Johnson on the near side. Good feed down low. Caught the defense snapping. Finds a backdoor cutting Christian Bolduc for his first 2.
And that's Bolduc cutting behind Hudson Clement. And right now you're seeing a lot of these starting 5 still on the floor for Spring Mills, and some younger guys that are getting a good bit of JV time, including Hudson Clement. And that was just a elder statesman going behind a younger kid.
We will now have a foul underneath on Austin Davis. It was a hold foul as he was trying to body up with Jess Sutherland, who goes 6'5". Davis goes 6'1". And now a wholesale substitution. This is hockey. That's a line change right there.
That is a line change, but a great shift, if you will, for those younger kids from Martinsburg. They held their own and even put some more points on the board.
Starting 5 back out there. Inbounds pass on the baseline. Fowler gets it to Dorn Smith right at the rim, but his shot for the first time tonight, I think, rims in and out. He had 13 in that opening quarter and a chance for 2 easy ones there.
Well, I was wondering if that was going to be an alley-oop attempt off the inbound. We know Dorn Smith can throw it down, but I think just a little mismatch on the timing.
Here's a steal on a pass down inside. Spring Mills was trying to get it to the rim and back the other way. The leg up good using the left hand. Garrett Stobbs. He got the steal and went coast to coast for 2. 24-8, that Martinsburg advantage. They are on a run that started since Spring Mills got back to within 3 at 9-6. Ever since, it's been all Martinsburg. Davis picking up that dribble, getting it off to Gil Wilson into the lane. He passes to Bolduc on this near side. Back around to Davis, and a traveling violation on Austin Davis. Matt, I've got 10 Spring Mills turnovers in this first half.
Just got to get rid of the basketball. Right now, Spring Mills looks like they're complicating the offense a little bit, and that may be because Martinsburg is playing good defense, but they're driving in and choosing the kick-out passes. Just seem like they're making the hardest pass possible. Slow it down, simplify it, just try to get some baskets. Right now, you can tell by the energy on that side of the floor for Spring Mills. They're just frustrated. They can't get anything going.
Logan Clemens has checked into the lineup for Austin Davis. Martinsburg basketball. Anthony Smith on the wing left side. averaging 11.5 a game, looking for his first two. He drives into the lane, banks it high off the glass, and there it is, Anthony Smith on the scoreboard.
And, Matt, that is going to be great when he figures out he can do that all the time.
That's it.
He does that 2 or 3 times a game so far this season, but I think he could do it a whole lot more. He's not a selfish player, which you respect, but sometimes you just want him to drive the lane. You can do it. You have that athleticism.
Well, we heard head coach Dave Rogers talk about that today on Miller Time. A pass into the lane stolen by Luke Fowler. He'll get the outlet to Anthony Smith. Driving down the left side of the lane is fouled by Logan Clemens. Clemens will pick up his first team foul, number 5, and Anthony Smith will go to the line for 2. Luke Fowler positioned in the paint, easily stealing that pass on the Spring Mills offensive end. A nice outlet to Anthony Smith, and the 71% foul shooter puts this one up and through. He is 5 of 7 on the season, although I guess technically he is just 1 of 2 in that matchup against Morgantown.
This is going to be fun once we get later into the season.
Oh, it really is. Second foul shot up and good. Smith has 4 points in the first half, and the Bulldog lead is out to 20 at 28-8. They had their first 10-point lead at 16-6. Padmore Johnson in the front court, giving it off to Franklin. They'll swing it around to Gil Wilson on that left wing. Just 1 bucket so far in this second quarter for Spring Mills, a 2 for Bolduc.
And, Matt, there's guys moving, but there's no ball screens really away from the basketball. So moving's one thing, but Martinsburg's playing a man-to-man. You got to set some ball screens. You got to run the baseline a little bit. There's a reason Spring Mills is having trouble scoring the basketball. It's because there's no emphasis on anybody else getting open other than trying to run in circles right now.
Ball on the near side to Bolduc, right in front of the Bulldog bench. Pulls the trigger on a 3, gets off the rim of the backboard, and Trey Sager runs down that rebound. Anthony Smith kind of let him take it. It was right there for both of them. Back the other way, Dorn Smith. A 3 from the left corner, off the rim, but down the left side of the lane. Trey Sager's there to tip it up and in. I've got a 15-8 rebounding edge, and Martinsburg on the scoreboard leads 30-8.
And how about a third timeout taken by Luke Samples in this first half, and we're still 3:42 away from halftime.
It's a full timeout. Let's take the 60-second break as well, and then back to Martinsburg.
The Art McBee Insurance Agency is proud to be a sponsor of EPAC Basketball. We're an independent insurance agency representing many top insurance companies. We offer home, auto, business, life, and health policies. Call us at 304-263-6906 or stop in at 824 North Queen Street in Martinsburg for a no-obligation quotation. Offices in Martinsburg and Berkeley Springs.
Ollie's VIP Northside, the best spot in town to catch any game locally or nationally on one of their many flat-screen TVs around the bar or on their heated patio. And on Wednesday, March 17th, the VIP wants you to join them for some of their fantastic St. Patrick's Day specials, including grilled sea bass or Rob's Ridiculous Reuben with cornbread and cabbage. If you can't make it for dinner, they're also offering half-off appetizers during happy hour from 4 to 6 p.m. That's Ollie's VIP Northside at 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. We'll see you for the game.
Well, it has been mostly Martinsburg in this one, Matt. It was an early 7-0 lead. Spring Mills went on a 6-2 run, cut the deficit to 3 at 9-6, but then it was a 13-0 run that allowed Martinsburg to have a 20-6 lead at the end of one and 22-6 very early in quarter number 2. They've continued to push it out now to a 22-point advantage at 30-8. Gil Wilson triggering the inbounds. Got it to Malachi Baker. Wow, back to Gil Wilson, but almost to steal. A double team in the backcourt. Basketball is loose. Trey Sager diving for it. We may have a held ball, and we will. Malachi Baker and Trey Sager both had their hands on it. The possession arrow is going to give it to Martinsburg. 12 turnovers now for Spring Mills. The only good news in that scenario, the earlier turnover could have been a Dorn Smith slam dunk. At least now you play some defense. Inbounds pass, working to Anthony Smith right in front of that Spring Mills bench. Left-hand drive down to the baseline, to the rim, layup good.
Love that for Anthony. Again, great take on the baseline. He saw he had that first step and had the angle. Did a great job of taking it and a good finish.
Into the front court, Malachi Baker letting the defense go by, gives it off. Padmore Johnson, 3 ball on the way. That rolls around the rim and comes out. Oh, my goodness, that did everything but drop through. He is their leading three-point shooter. He's made 8 on the season.
But, Matt, you still look at that offense, and there was an offense run. Spring Mills is not running any sort of offense right now. It's really just who can get any sort of edge and get a shot up.
Backside rebound to Austin Davis of Spring Mills after Anthony Smith tried the mid-range jumper from the left wing. Got a little too much on it. And now Spring Mills with the ball. Dorn Smith guarding Gil Wilson, who has to give it up. Now Malachi Baker on this right wing with it. Smith guarding him in this Bulldog man-to-man. They're switching up on that man-to-man, especially when they get a backside screen. Pass in the lane to Franklin, who banks it up and in. Jalen Franklin for two.
And Franklin was open because he went around a screen set by Malachi Baker.
32-10, Martinsburg in command with 2:20 to play in their first half. Stobbs from the right corner. Three ball up and good. Garrett Stobbs with his third three on the season. He's got 5 points here in this second period. 35-10 Martinsburg. Now head coach Dave Rogers calling for a timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll take that 30-second break as well and then be back with 2:10 left in the half and Martinsburg in front by 25.
Heffley Motor Company, serving the Eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Back again here at the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. The Bulldogs officially looking for their first win of the season to improve to 1-1. Unofficially 2-1. And the inbounds goes to Quincy Ray and dribbling up the far side. Got his feet tangled up with Jess Sutherland, who was trying to stay with him. And Sutherland will commit the foul. Just the Bulldogs' second foul. 5 team fouls for Spring Mills with 2:07 to play in the half. Gil Wilson triggering the inbounds to Malachi Baker. They'll work it to Ray on this near side into the front court, trying to avoid the double team, and travels with it as he picked up his dribble and had nowhere to go. 13 turnovers now for Spring Mills.
And Matt, 3 guys for Spring Mills getting traps are going into the front court. And rather than the 2 guys remaining moving up towards the basketball to be an outlet, both of them drop down into the corners, making the pass even tougher. Get towards the basketball. Right now, you're not trying to get a 3 to win the game late. Just focus on getting the basketball and trying to work some sort of offense.
Yeah, try to create easier passing lanes, right? 150 and counting in our first half. Avion Blackwood into the ball game. Villa back out there. Dow, it's the, second unit.
Yep, second line.
Second line in the hockey game. And Kazan Villa with his pass in the lane in and out of the hands of Sutherland. Taken away by Spring Mills. That's just the 4th Martinsburg turnover that we have in the first half. Counter that with 13 for Spring Mills. Franklin on that left side of the floor has the basketball taken away by Cyril Ngasa. That's another turnover. Outlet to Kamari and Dow up that far sideline. Beyond the arc, now inside the arc, got to the foul line, gives it off to Blackwood, driving baseline, left side shot wouldn't go. He tips it up, basketball tipped out to the foul line. Padmore Johnson grabs it, Spring Mills ball, and let's see Padmore Johnson dribbling out of some trouble as Martinsburg is trying to apply that trap in the back court. Now Padmore Johnson beyond the arc on this right side. Gives it off to Gil Wilson, cutting into the lane. Basketball knocked free. Kazan Villa's got it. 15 turnovers for Spring Mills. Into the front court. Kamari on Dow. To the right hand on the layup attempt. It's off the rim. Cyril Ngaza grabs it, but was on the baseline. Give Spring Mills the team rebound. They will have it with 50.8 seconds left. 35-10. Martinsburg out in front. Couple of quick trips down the floor for Martinsburg, but no points to show for it. Had their chances, ball right at the rim, and haven't been able to connect on these last couple of possessions. Gil Wilson with the inbounds, gives to Padmore Johnson. Kazan Villa guarding him. Padmore Johnson into the front court, passing off and has it kicked out of bounds on the near side by Avion Blackwood. Bounce speed, looked like it was headed towards Bolduc on this near side. Blackwood got the foot out there and kicked it out of bounds. He's a 5'10 sophomore guard. Some young guys on the floor for Martinsburg right now. Sutherland, a junior. Ngasa, a junior. Marion Dow, a junior. Blackwood, a sophomore, and then Villa, the freshman.
I think the only player that hasn't been in yet is Cam Wilkes, and that's because he played in the JV game.
Kicked ball out of bounds on that far side. Jess Sutherland helping Kazan Villa with a double team on Malachi Baker right on that far sideline. 29.9 seconds left, first half, 35-10 Martinsburg.
And Matt, you're going to get a lot of these younger kids that are going to get the most amount of minutes they've ever had in a varsity game tonight.
Which will be good for them, no doubt about it. Bolduc on that left wing, giving to Gil Wilson in the left corner. To Baker cutting into the lane, got into a double team, forced that shot up. It's off the iron, no good. Sutherland tips the rebound, and Blackwood comes away with it. Into the front court, Blackwood to the rim, had the shot blocked, but there was Kazan Villa to grab it. However, he loses that rebound, loose on the floor, picked up by Spring Mills and into the front court. Austin Davis picks up the loose ball, knocked away from Padmore Johnson. No chance to get off a shot. The horn sounds, and at the half, it is Martinsburg out in front, 35-10. We take a 2-minute timeout, then return to get our halftime activities underway. It's West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Craving lunch or dinner? The Cider Press restaurant inside Taylor's Farm Market has what you're craving. Awarded one of the 101 most unique places to eat in West Virginia, the Cider will fill you up with their delicious fresh orchard panini, mouth-watering smoker burger, farmer's daughter Cobb salad, and more. The Cider Press also serves a wide selection of craft beer and hard ciders. The Cider Press, serving lunch and dinner daily and where the food is fresh. You'll feel right at home. Now offering online ordering at Cider Press Deli and Grill.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together. All right, Matt, when it comes to flooring, you can't beat luxury vinyl. It's waterproof, easy to clean and maintain, extremely durable, and looks great.
Are you nuts? Hardwood flooring's the way to go. It's durable, easy to maintain, matches every decor, and increases the value of your home instantly.
All right, one thing we can agree on is Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring. They'll take care of you with great selection, service, and pricing.
Whether it's hardwood or luxury vinyl, call Trips at 304-229-7009.
Or visit tripsfloorsanding.com. The Velocity Dance Team being introduced to the crowd on hand. We understand there were about 50 additional tickets that were sold for this one. Don't know if that meant a certain family was not able to attend and they had those left over, or if they were able to add some additional seats. But we'll see if that continues throughout the course of the season. Matt, the Martinsburg fans have been treated to some good basketball as their team out in front, 25 points here at the intermission.
Yeah, 20-6 after the first quarter. And you're thinking, all right, how's Martinsburg going to come out in quarter number 2? Will they keep that intensity? Some younger guys in the game, how will they perform? Well, pretty much status quo from the first quarter, outscoring Spring Mills 15-4 in quarter number 2. And the defense, I think, is what's standing out to me. When you heard from Coach Rogers throughout the last couple of weeks on Miller Time and in the pregame show, defense has been the emphasis for him. So I think for them to come out and hold Spring Mills to just 10 points in the first half, I think is a big step in the right direction for this Martinsburg team. And right now, offensively, a lot of different guys contributing. Looking at the stats, we'll get into those in a minute, but 8 different guys finding the scoring column on our score sheet, and a couple of other ones that had shots put up that rolled around and bounced back out. Avion Blackwood had a couple of those that certainly looked like he was going to get in the scoring column, and Kamarian Dow the same way. So this is a Martinsburg team that's playing a complete basketball game right now.
Absolutely. They opened the game on a 7-0 run, and after Spring Mills cut the deficit to 3 at 9-6, Martinsburg went on a 13-0 run. They pushed that lead all the way out to 20 at 28-8, and right now a 25-point lead at the half. Another 2-minute timeout on the other side of the break. We'll take a look at some of those statistics from the first half. Your score at the intermission, Martinsburg 35, Spring Mills 10.
Babe, I'm hungry.
Where do you want to go?
I don't know. You pick.
Chinese?
No, not feeling it.
Mexican?
No, we just had that over the weekend.
You pick.
Let's go to the Cider Press restaurant. They have a new smoker burger. I think you'd really like it.
The Cider Press restaurant inside Taylor's Farm Market has what you're craving, where the food is fresh and you feel right at home. Exit 5 right off I-81 in Inwood or online at ciderpressdeliandgrill.com.
The Art McBee Insurance Agency is proud to be a sponsor of EPAC Basketball. We're an independent insurance agency representing many top insurance companies. We offer home, auto, business, life, and health policies. Call us at 304-263-6906 or stop in at 824 North Queen Street in Martinsburg for a no-obligation quotation. Offices in Martinsburg and Berkeley Springs.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
Carpet World is more than just carpet. Carpet World specializes in a complete selection of hardwood floors by respected names like Armstrong, Bruce, Shaw, and Mohawk, and tile by Dowell Tile, American Oleum, and Mannington for all rooms in your home. And Carpet World can update your bathroom shower with very attractive ceramic tile walls and floor. Financing with up to 12 months deferred interest is available, along with experienced quality installation at Carpet World, 2330 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. CarpetWorldofMartinsburg.com. Time for us to take a look at some of the numbers from this first half with individual totals. Here's Matt.
Let's start with Spring Mills. We have 5 players with a bucket each. Keon Padmore Johnson, Jacob Gill Wilson. He's also 0 for 2 from the charity stripe in the first half. Christian Baldock has a bucket as well. Quincy Ray with 2, and Jalen Franklin with a bucket. Quincy Ray also 3 fouls early on in the ball game, so not sure when we're going to see him again in the second half. Let's go over to the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Leading the way of all scorers with 13, all 13 of these coming in the first quarter, is number 11, Dorn Smith. 6 points for Anthony Smith. That includes a 2-for-2 effort from the line. 5 points for Garrett Stobbs. That includes a 3 to his tally. 3 points for Luke Fowler, that coming on a lone 3, and then a bucket apiece for Trey Sager, Cyril Ngasa, Kazon Villa, and Jess Sutherland. Matt, some team numbers.
3 3-pointers in that first half for Martinsburg, none for Spring Mills. The Cardinals 0 of 2 from the line. Martinsburg 2 for 2 from the line. The Dogs committing 2 fouls. The Cardinals 5 fouls. We have the unofficial numbers rebounding at 18-13, the edge for Martinsburg, and in turnovers 15-5. The edge for Martinsburg is Spring Mills with 15 turnovers. Martinsburg has done a much better job protecting the basketball at only 5 turnovers. 20-6, Martinsburg led after 1, and they outscore Spring Mills 15-4 in that second quarter. It's 35-10 here at the intermission. Martinsburg looking for their 21st consecutive win in this series since Spring Mills opened back in the 2013-14 season. Let's take our final 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll get into the second half of action at the intermission. Martinsburg leading Spring Mills 35-10.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078. This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, equal housing lender.
Ollie's VIP Northside, the best spot in town to catch any game locally or nationally on one of their many flat-screen TVs around the bar or on their heated patio. And on Wednesday, March 17th, the VIP wants you to join them for some of their fantastic St. Patrick's Day specials, including grilled sea bass or Rob's Ridiculous Reuben with cornbread and cabbage. If you can't make it for dinner, they're also offering half-off appetizers during happy hour from 4 to 6 p.m. That's Ollie's VIP Northside at 36th Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. We'll see you for the game.
All right, let's get ready for the second half of action as Martinsburg will get the basketball, and they'll go back to their starting lineup with Sager, Dorn Smith, Anthony Smith, Stobbs, and Fowler. And it looks like Padmore Johnson, Gil Wilson, Quincy Ray getting the start in the second half, along with Balduke and Baker. So 4 of the 5 in the starting lineup back out there for Spring Mills. Actually, Spring Mills has the basketball as they shoot at the hoop to our left. Balduke, nice drive to the bucket from the right angle, and he gets the leg in. And we're going to have a quick timeout. And just a...
Not a timeout, just a referee having a conversation with Luke Samples.
All right, there you go. Something maybe said from the sideline.
I'm guessing that's his warning for the game.
35-12 on that bucket for the sophomore. Has a season high of 14, although I was told he scored over 20 in the game that does not count for them, as that matchup against Millbrook has been taken off the record books. Dorn Smith had the basketball stolen from him by Gil Wilson, and Dorn Smith reaches in and commits the foul. Martinsburg not getting off to the hot start here in this third quarter. They give up a layup on one end and a turnover on the other.
Starting 5 getting their legs back under them. Didn't have to play that full first half.
Well, the pass at midcourt knocked away by Trey Sager into the backcourt where Gil Wilson ran it down, and Spring Mills maintains the possession. Gil Wilson at the top of the key, firing a pass down low, and that one tipped and goes out of bounds. Let's see, last touching Bolduc. Nice job as Garrett Stobbs came slicing across the lane in front of Bolduc. It looked like Stobbs got his fingertip on it, and then off the hands of the young sophomore for Spring Mills. And I've got now 16 turnovers for them. Almost a minute into our second half. Luke Fowler in the right corner, giving out top to Dorn Smith. Dribbles to the right wing. Passing now on that left side of the floor. Anthony Smith has it. Starts into the lane. Gives to Sager. Thought about the 3. Now gets to the foul line. Spinning. Puts up the 15-footer. It's off the rim, and the rebound to Malachi Baker. Baker, the 6'3 senior, has the blue in the hair. I like it. Good look.
Easy to pick out.
Yes. He's got it in the right corner. He'll fire that 3. Oh, an air ball. And the rebound to Garrett Stobbs. Stobbs giving it off to Dorn Smith into the front court. Down the right side of the lane. Shoots it up over Gil Wilson and banks it in off the glass.
Dorn Smith now 15 points in the game. Went scoreless in the second quarter. That's because he was on the bench for the most part. The second line, if you will, playing the majority of quarter number 2.
Yeah, Martinsburg head coach Dave Rogers and his staff making full substitutions. 5 in, 5 out. So they played with 2 lines so far. Gil Wilson driving in on the angle left side, passes at the foul line to Quincy Ray.
Thought he was going to try that Euro step and go up with the right hand in the lane, Matt.
I did too, and then I thought he was going to throw it right off the face of Quincy Ray. Quick hands to grab that one. It came to him in a hurry. Baker from the right corner, 3 ball this time, hits the top of the backboard. Ray, the rebound, underhand shot would not go. Somehow Ray gets it back, falling out of bounds, tried to bounce it off of Stobbs. It hit him, then to Trey Sager. Down the floor to Dorn Smith for the reverse slam dunk. Nice. 39-12, now that Martinsburg advantage. Under 5.5 to play in the third. Gil Wilson on the left side. Passing to Bolduc in that left corner as he starts to drive down the baseline. A whistle and a foul. Anthony Smith commits his first, team's second. A couple of substitutions for Spring Mills. You don't see the reverse slam.
Not at the high school level all that often.
Not often. That was a good one. A couple of slam dunks in this one for Dorn Smith. Spring Mills after the inbounds, giving it off to Gil Wilson. Passes through some traffic to Austin Davis on that right wing. Right back to Gil Wilson again to Davis in the corner. Dorn Smith guards him. Down low, Gil Wilson giving it off to Franklin from the left side. Jump shot up and good.
Good job by Franklin just quickly going up with that basketball. Got the pass, didn't hesitate at all, straight up and down. Good shot for the young sophomore.
Yeah, caught it in that position ready. I mean, no hesitation as he put that one up and through. He's got 4 points since coming in off the bench, scoring 2 in that second quarter and his first bucket here in the third quarter. 39-14, the Martinsburg advantage. Trey Sager, low post right side. Gives it off to Dorn Smith. He wants a screen instead. Dribbling to his right, steps back and fires a 17-footer. It's off the mark and Bolduc grabs the rebound. 4:20 and counting here in quarter number 3. Gil Wilson along this left side slows it down, dribbling to his right, passing to Franklin. We didn't see him at all against Washington. Good-looking player.
Yeah.
Another young guy, sophomore.
He does got a lot of confidence. Not afraid to be out there with the older kids and confident in that shot. Again, straight up and down, really fluid jump shot.
Gil Wilson again between the circles, dribbling to his right, gives to Franklin. He'll fire the three from that far side. It's a little strong, and the backside rebound controlled by Sager. Quick outlet to Anthony Smith up that left side of the floor, down to the baseline. Feeds to Sager, cutting into the lane, but tipped away and stolen. Into the front court, Gil Wilson. Giving it off to Davis beyond the three-point line. Skip pass on the left side of the floor to Quincy Ray. Ray down the left side of the lane, puts it up with a left hand and gets it to go. Tough shot for Quincy Ray. Foul goes on Martinsburg's Dorn Smith, and it'll be a three-point opportunity.
And Dorn's picked up 2 fouls now in the second half. Hudson Clement coming to the scores table. Wonder if he's going to come in for Dorn. Nope, it'll be for Trey Sager.
Remember Sager. From what Coach was saying earlier, Coach Rogers, I believe it was a twisted ankle that occurred during one of their practices over the last 9 days. He wasn't sure if he would be in the starting lineup, but he was. Free throw off the mark. Dorn Smith, a nice job to save the rebound from going out of bounds off of a Bulldog. And now Martinsburg into the front court with that 39-16 advantage. Hudson Clement dribbling from left to right, got into the lane, passed out on this right side to Anthony Smith. He started to drive, then backs it out and drains the three. 9 points now for Anthony Smith on his first three of the night, his third on the season. 42-16 Martinsburg. 3 minutes in counting in quarter number 3. Gil Wilson driving to the foul line, and we've got a foul on Dorn Smith as they'll call him with his third, as he was trying to impede the drive to the basket.
And in a normal game, you may expect him to come out for the rest of the third quarter, but I think with the way that Coach Rogers is doing the substitutions, really 5 at a time for the most part, and the lead that Martinsburg has, I think he's pretty much in for the long haul.
Franklin with the inbounds, giving off in the left corner to Bolduc. He'll fire that shot off both sides of the rim. A rebound to Hudson Clement, outlet to Anthony Smith. Into the front court, Smith slows it down at the top of the key. Now shifting over towards the left side of the floor, dribbles to his right, got to the foul line, sends to Fowler. From the right side, his three. A little short, came off the rim, but right down to Dorn Smith, who leaps in the air, grabs it, comes down, goes back up, and hits the short jumper.
You'd think Dorn Smith was about 6'7", the way he's 6'3", but plays every bit of 6'7" down low.
Oh, and driving on the angle right side was Jacob Gil Wilson. He tripped over someone, hit the deck. He wanted a foul call, didn't get it, and it'll end up being a turnover.
I wanted something called, whether it was a foul, whether it was a travel, or just a turnover, because he slid about 3 feet out of bounds, and there hadn't been a whistle yet. He's still holding the basketball.
They eventually blow that whistle, and it ends up being a travel and or an out of bounds. Either way, Martinsburg gets it back. I've got 18 Cardinal turnovers, only 3, though, in this third quarter. 44-16 Martinsburg in command. Anthony Smith, top of the key. Giving to Dorn Smith, low post left side, passes back out intended for Anthony Smith, but threw it over his head, out of bounds. Martinsburg now with 8 turnovers.
And Martinsburg matching the turnover count, turnover for turnover here in the third quarter, 3 apiece.
Martinsburg outscoring Spring Mills 9-6 so far in this very low-scoring third quarter. Pass along the near side for Spring Mills, stolen by Dorn Smith to Anthony Smith. Back to Dorn Smith on the alley-oop, but he couldn't grab it cleanly. Tipped it up to the rim where it came off, and we've got a whistle and a foul. And I think it may be Quincy Ray picking up that personal. It'll be his 4th. Another turnover for Spring Mills.
And Matt, they're going to get that on the pass, not the shot. It'll be Anthony Smith at the line.
So there it is. It was the foul as Smith was throwing it up, which
I guess they're saying since it was going towards the rim, it was clearly a pass to Dorn Smith from where we're sitting.
Yeah, I'm not sure I get that as he misses the first free throw. What do you always tell me? The ball doesn't lie.
Ball doesn't lie.
Second free throw on the way. He does rattle this one home. Maybe it told a fib.
Little white lie.
45-16, the Martinsburg advantage as Smith gets 1 of 2. By the way, that puts him in double figures at 10 points. Ball knocked away from Padmore Johnson along the near side. Goes out of bounds off of Padmore Johnson. Luke Fowler was there along with Jalen Franklin, so a player from each team kind of going after that one as Padmore Johnson was losing it and trying to get it himself. In the end, 20 turnovers now for the Cardinals.
And 2 quick turnovers for Spring Mills, as we just talked about. 3 only in that third quarter. That was no more than about 50 seconds ago in game time. They picked up 2 quick. Good cut by Luke Fowler.
Just couldn't handle the pass. Did you see how Hudson Clement cut through from that left side down through the paint and then circled out, and then right behind him was Luke Fowler, and Fowler was open, just couldn't handle it cleanly. It's a great move.
That's creating openings away from the basketball.
A minute 12 and counting here in quarter number 3. Padmore Johnson with it for Spring Mills, giving to Gil Wilson on this left wing. To Franklin in that left corner. Back to Gil Wilson as he cut down the left side of the lane, and a double team along the baseline. The ball was kicked, I believe, by Dorn Smith. It'll be Spring Mills basketball. Inbounding on the baseline from the left side of their basket with exactly 1 minute left in the third. Inbounds going to Franklin, cutting down the left of the lane. He pops on that short jump shot. 6 points for the young fella.
Yeah, again, no fear, a lot of confidence in that young man.
He is a sophomore, but not playing like it. Dribbling to the foul line and pulling up on the jumper is Anthony Smith for Martinsburg. He knocks that one home, and it's 47-18, the Bulldog lead.
Right at his average, came in averaging 11.5, and now he's got 12.
Padmore Johnson in the front court, Smith guarding him, moving to his right, gets down inside, then passes off to Gil Wilson in the left corner. And now a whistle and a foul as Gil Wilson put it on the floor. He was tripped up by Hudson Clement, and the Martinsburg junior forward has his first. Team foul number 5. Just 1 team foul on Spring Mills in this second half. 26.3 left in our third. Inbounds to Padmore Johnson. Had the open 3, didn't take it.
Wide open 3. Pull up, take the 3. Now 47-18. Put a shot up.
Down to 15, down to 14 and 13, counting in the third. Jacob Gil Wilson, the sophomore, controlling that dribble. Moving now to his right, gives it off. That's Davis in the right corner. 3 ball on the way, short off the rim. Rebound tipped by Gil Wilson, controlled by Anthony Smith. Won't get the shot away from three-quarter court as the horn sounds, and we will take a 1-minute timeout. Coming back to head to quarter number 4 at the Martinsburg Fieldhouse with the Bulldogs leading Spring Mills 47-18.
Heffley Motor Company, serving the Eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Ollie's VIP Northside, the best spot in town to catch any game locally or nationally on one of their many flat-screen TVs around the bar or on their heated patio. And on Wednesday, March 17th, the VIP wants you to join them for some of their fantastic St. Patrick's Day specials, including grilled sea bass or Rob's Ridiculous Reuben with cornbread and cabbage. If you can't make it for dinner, they're also offering half-off appetizers during happy hour from 4 to 6 p.m. That's Ollie's VIP Northside at 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. We'll see you for the game.
Along with Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller. John Alderton on our TV10 camera. Colin McLaughlin, our engineer at the studio. 3 quarters in the books, and it's all Martinsburg out in front, 47-18. Let's see, a 12-8 third quarter advantage for Martinsburg. And they get the basketball to start the fourth, and we got the second
line's in. Yeah.
Kamari Dow on the right side of the floor around the screen, set by Jess Sutherland, pulls up, foul line extended, right side 15-footer, rims out. Kazon Villa keeps the rebound alive, and Ngassa's got it. Back to Villa, back out to Ngassa. He'll give to Villa beyond the arc on this right side, dribbling to his left, got to the side of the paint, knocked it down.
And that should have been 3. He should have gone to the line for a foul shot right there as well. Some clear contact to that right shooting arm.
He was able to fight right through it, though, and get that shot to go. And for Kazon Villa, he's got 4 points. Padmore Johnson into the front court, sending to Gil Wilson on this left wing. Gil Wilson averages 13 a game, has just 4 in this one. Has not been able to get anything going. Has not been able to really get a shot. He'll drive in this time against Ngassa. Sends out to Davis in that right corner. He'll swing it back around left side to Bolduc. 3 ball short off the rim. A rebound Dow. Kamari Dow. Second year on the varsity level, the junior guard into the front court to Cyril Ngassa. Driving in on the right angle, draws contact, forces up the right-hand shot, rolls off the iron. Franklin, the rebound. Spring Mills ball.
Cyril Ngassa is another one of those players that for just a junior looks extremely comfortable on the floor. I mean, just a guy that seems to glide across the floor, not just stomping those feet and running.
Davis holding the ball on that far sideline, guarded by Sutherland, eventually getting it away to Gil Wilson. A minute and a half gone by in quarter number 4. Franklin now from the right side, strong on that 3 ball, backside rebound, tipped and then controlled by Avion Blackwood. Nice job by Blackwood. Long down the floor pass, Cyril Ngassa in on the angle right side. Shot wouldn't go. Villa, the rebound, is put back in the lane. It rolls off the iron, rebound tipped around. Ngassa's got it back to Villa. Short jumper up and good. There you go. Martinsburg with a number of opportunities thanks to offensive rebounds, and we've got a timeout on the floor. It is a 60. Let's take the full 60 seconds with 6:03 left, and Martinsburg in front, 51-18.
Ollie's VIP Northside, the best spot in town to catch any game locally or nationally on one of their many flat-screen TVs around the bar or on their heated patio. And on Wednesday, March 17th, the VIP wants you to join them for some of their fantastic St. Patrick's Day specials, including grilled sea bass or Rob's Ridiculous Reuben with cornbread and cabbage. If you can't make it for dinner, they're also offering half-off appetizers during happy hour from 4 to 6 p.m. That's Ollie's VIP Northside at 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. We'll see you for the game.
Heffley Motor Company, serving the Eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Well, Matt, as we play here, you've got some scores from other EPAC matchups on the boys' side tonight.
Yeah, we do have a final between the Musselman and Washington. That is a 53-40 win for the Applemen. And 2 minutes to go in a matchup between Jefferson and Hedgesville from out at Hedgesville. And with 2 minutes to go, 62-46 was the update I got from their athletic director, Aaron Whitford.
And who was leading?
That would be the Jefferson Cougars.
Jefferson on top in that one. Here it is all Martinsburg. A 51-18 lead over Spring Mills. Just under 6 minutes now to play in this one. The inbounds to Keon Padmore Johnson, driving down the right side of the lane, forced up the shot in a lot of traffic. It was an air ball. The rebound, Kamari Dow. And Martinsburg into the front court. Looks like they're going to slow it down a little bit and run some offense.
Man, I'll tell you what, the refs are letting them play tonight. We've not seen a whole lot of touch fouls, maybe just one that I can remember in this game. Almost a turnover. Martinsburg's going to keep the basketball. No, make that Spring Mills.
Yeah, Spring Mills. Gil Wilson was able to knock it away, and then as it was going out of bounds, he threw it off of Kamarion Dow, bouncing it out of bounds off the Bulldog player, and that's a Martinsburg turnover. Good sportsmanship as the two guys kind of patted hands there after that one. No ill intention by Gil Wilson, just trying to save the ball for his team. I'm sure Dow a little frustrated by the turnover. Martinsburg goes back to the defensive end with that big lead. Malachi Baker on the right baseline drove to the side of the paint. Looked like he had a shot opportunity, didn't take it. Quincy Ray with it now on the left side of the floor. Fouled by Kazon Villa. He'll pick up his first.
Yeah, and I'm with you. I think Malachi Baker's got to put up that shot. Even if he doesn't keep driving down the baseline, just stop a few feet short of Cyril Ngasa coming over and put up that jump shot.
It's a foul on the floor, just the sixth Bulldog team foul. So no free throws yet, although the next Martinsburg foul will put Spring Mills on the line for the 1-and-1. Gil Wilson giving to Padmore Johnson. Guarded there by Blackwood. Pass goes on that far side in the corner to Davis. Sutherland guarding him. Now to Gil Wilson again. Left-hand dribble into the lane. Floats it up. Shot a little strong. Rebound tipped around. Villa's got it. Quickly racing into the front court. Gets to the foul line. Stops as he got into the lane and puts it up and through. He got to that foul line, then took that little jump step about halfway down the lane and hit the short shot.
How about Kazon Villa with 8?
Yeah.
Including 6 in this fourth quarter. He came in averaging just about 5.
Yeah, 5 through 2 games. The one game
don't say unofficially.
They say doesn't count, but he had 4.
We're going to count it pretty much throughout the rest of the season, just to give you a heads up.
He had 4 in the one that did count. Padmore Johnson in the lane, moving to his left, spins back to his right, and then passes off to Baker. From the right side is 3. Off the iron, rebound, tipped around and goes out of bounds. Let's see who's it going to belong to. It'll be Martinsburg basketball. Gil Wilson with a nice job battling for it, but eventually it went off of him.
Man, I'll tell you what, baskets have been hard to come by, period, for Spring Mills, but certainly from beyond the arc. No threes in this game, and they put up quite a few, just haven't been able to knock one down from beyond the arc.
0 of 3 from the line, no three-pointers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 made baskets from the floor. That's it so far in this one for Spring Mills, down 53-18. Checking into the Bulldog lineup for the first time, Cameron Wilkes. He brought it into the front court, gives off to Blackwood, driving an angle, right side, counted as he split 2 defenders, got to the rim and laid it up and in off the glass. There you go, Avion Blackwood, his first 2, so he is in the score column. Foul on the way on Christian Bolduc, the sophomore forward, his first, team's second. Blackwood to the line for the first time this season. Right hands it up, puts it through. Good looking shot. 56-18, the Martinsburg advantage. Bulldogs ready to improve to 21-0 in this series against Spring Mills, and they're adding to that total. The average score over the 20 consecutive wins in the series has been 72-44. Driving in on the angle right side, Quincy Ray ran over the top of Kazon Villa, and they'll get Villa with the blocking foul. Villa will pick up his second, and Quincy Ray was able to get that basket to fall and will get a chance for the three-point play. That's a tough call on Villa. He had set up well and took it. And nothing to show for it. Ray to the line where he's 0 for 1. Missed one in the third quarter. Gets this foul shot to go. So that'll lift him to 7 points in the ball game. And it's a 56-21 Martinsburg lead.
And that's the first shot that wasn't a 2 hit in this game for Spring Mills. Again, haven't hit a 3, and that was the first foul shot they've hit in this ball game.
Hudson Clement on the left side of the floor near that sideline, dribbling to his right, giving it off out top to Blackwood. Sending to Wilkes on that left wing. A little ball fake on the 3 before passing it off, and Clement has it. Gives it at the high post to Villa, who tried to get it right back to Clement, driving in, threw his hands in the steal, and the other way. Driving to the basket was Gil Wilson. Shot didn't go, got his own rebound, put back off the iron, and now we'll go the other direction as Cyril Ngasa grabbed it for Martinsburg. Blackwood in the front court, turns, passes out on the wing, and throws it right into the hands of Quincy Ray. Ray gets the steal and then gets fouled by Cyril Ngasa. So the Bulldogs turn it over. I got 11 of those now for Martinsburg on the evening. 56-21, Martinsburg out in front.
That should be a 1-and-1.
Yep, it will be.
Quincy Ray.
Ray goes to the line where he made one just a moment ago, completing the old-fashioned three-point play. I still remember the game when they didn't have that big arcing line out there, and you had to get fouled and go to the line to make a three-point play.
Want to age yourself anymore there, Miller?
Foul shot up and good. Ray will get a second. Hey, just telling you, I remember. Second free throw up, and that one good as well. So he's made his last three after missing his first free throw attempt. 56-23. Martinsburg out in front. Clemens back in. You got Franklin in there as well. Martinsburg basketball with that big lead. Under 3 to play. Hudson Clements in that left corner. Dribbles out on the wing. Gives it off to Kamarion Dow. Dow at the top of the key, moving to his left. Sends that one off to Wilkes, left side three. Not sure if it got deflected, but it was short. Just skimmed that net and eventually out of bounds off Martinsburg. Villa and Dow down there kind of wrestling for the rebound. Didn't catch who the Spring Mills player was that was there, but eventually out to the Cardinals. 2:35 and counting in this one. Next up for these two teams, Martinsburg, a big matchup at Hedgesville on Friday. And next week they're at Washington on Tuesday and at Musselman next Friday. That'll be a big one.
That atmosphere is just not going to be the same. That's going to be tough. A Friday night between Martinsburg and Hedgesville, that's going to be weird not having a full gym for that.
Franklin from the right corner. His three ball rattles in and out. Dow grabs the rebound and Martinsburg the other way. Quickly Blackwood driving in on the right angle and a reach-in foul on Logan Clemens. He'll pick up his second, just the team's third, and Martinsburg will inbound on the baseline. Next up for Spring Mills at Washington this Friday night. Then on Saturday they host Frankfurt and then will host Jefferson next Tuesday. Still looking for their first win. They are now officially 0-4 after the final horn sounds in this one. So Cyril Ngasa from the right corner after the Bulldog inbound, firing that three. It comes off the mark, and the backside rebound going to the Cardinals. Bolduc in the front court on the right wing, dribbling with his left hand into the lane, had his shot blocked. I believe that was Sutherland that got it.
That was.
Cyril Ngasa the other way to Kamarion Dow on the right wing. Down inside, was looking for an open Hudson Clement, but Bolduc coming back defensively gets the steal. That's a nice play.
It was. Good transition defense. You got to credit Spring Mills. They're still hustling out there, getting back on defense. Quickly getting into the offensive end. They have not given up in this game at all.
Gil Wilson into the lane, fouled as he was going up for the shot. And that should be Kamarion Dow picking up the personal.
He's saying he got all ball, but not thinking you're going to win that one after the foul's already called, bud.
Yep, all ball, part wrist. So that will send Jacob Gil Wilson to the line, where he missed a pair what seems like an hour ago. Probably was. That was back in the first quarter. Foul shot up and good. Some substitutions again for Martinsburg, rotating a few guys in and out. 56-24, now that Martinsburg advantage. Second foul shot up, it's good. Gil Wilson got them both. He's now got 4 points on the night. 56-25 Martinsburg. Cyril Ngasa on the other end, connects on the three ball from the right side, immediately turns to the bench to get some accolades. 59-25. Martinsburg wasted little time with that long pass down the floor to set up Ngasa. From the right corner, three off the mark for Franklin. Long rebound, Karam's out, and it's Kamarion Dow going length of the floor. Leg up good as he went down the right side of the lane, absorbing a little contact and putting it in for his first two.
And everybody's gotten in the ball game today for Martinsburg, and all but two have now scored. They have been spreading the love, and it's because the second line, if you will, has gotten a lot of playing time tonight for the Dogs.
Coach Rogers has to be pleased with what he has been seeing, although maybe not happy with that Avion Blackwood foul. And that one about 25 feet from the bucket, right out past the top of the key. A reach in, and that will send Gil Wilson back to the line. 39.5 ticks remaining in this one. Free throw on the way, and that one is good. Hey, a reminder, tomorrow on the radio side, we'll have the NCAA basketball play-in games, or the start of the NCAA tournament. That will all begin at 5 o'clock as the second foul shot rolls off the iron. Martinsburg the rebound. And on the TV 10 and our WRNR TV on YouTube page, as well as our web presence, we will be bringing you girls basketball between these same two. Martinsburg at Spring Mills. And Gossa for Martinsburg, again from the right side, drains a three-pointer. Just like that, it is 64-26 Martinsburg. Into the front courts, Gil Wilson. Giving to Bolduc on this left wing. Back to Gil Wilson. Left-hand dribble drive into the lane. Puts it up, and it wouldn't have counted had it gone. It floated high off the glass, then off the front of the rim, and it's an offensive foul as Gil Wilson ran over the top of Cyril Ngassa. 3.2 ticks left. Martinsburg, I'm sure, won't even take a shot as the inbounds pass will come from Kazan Villa to Kamarion Dow. Holds it in the backcourt, and you hear the horn in the background, and this one is in the books. It's a win for the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Officially, their first of the season. Unofficially, they're 2-1. They're technically 1-1. And for the Spring Mills Cardinals, well, as far as games on the floor, 0-5, but officially 0-4, according to the WVSSAC. We'll come back and tell you all about it as we get into our postgame. It is brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg. A 2-minute timeout, and then back to the field house. Your final, Martinsburg at 64 and Spring Mills 26.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
All right, Matt, when it comes to flooring, you can't beat luxury vinyl. It's waterproof, easy to clean and maintain, extremely durable, and looks great.
Are you nuts? Hardwood flooring's the way to go. It's durable, easy to maintain, matches every decor, and increases the value of your home instantly.
All right, one thing we can agree on is Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring. They'll take care of you with great selection, service, and pricing.
Whether it's hardwood or luxury vinyl, call Trips at 304-229-7009.
Or visit tripsfloorsanding.com.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078.
Ollie's VIP Northside, the best spot in town to catch any game locally or nationally on one of their many flat-screen TVs around the bar or on their heated patio. And on Wednesday, March 17th, the VIP wants you to join them for some of their fantastic St. Patrick's Day specials, including grilled sea bass or Rob's Ridiculous Reuben with cornbread and cabbage. If you can't make it for dinner, they're also offering half-off appetizers during happy hour from 4 to 6 p.m. That's Ollie's VIP Northside at 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. We'll see you for the game.
We welcome you back into the Martinsburg Fieldhouse, where tonight it's all Martinsburg getting the victory over Spring Mills 64-26. For Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 Sports, I'm Matt Miller along with Matt Crawford. We have got John Alderton on our TV 10 camera, Colin McLaughlin, our engineer, back at the studio. Matt, Martinsburg raced out to the early 7-0 lead. Spring Mills then went on a 6-2 run. Martinsburg led at that point by just 3 at 9-6. Little did we know Martinsburg's next bucket would be the start of an 11-0 run to end the first quarter with a 20-6 lead. They scored the first bucket of the second quarter to extend that to a 13-0 run and never looked back. Had their first 20-point lead at 28-8, led 35-10 at the half, and then continued to roll in that second half.
Yeah, second half outscored Spring Mills 12-8, take a 47-18 lead into the final quarter here from the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. Then it was outscoring the Cardinals 17-6 17-8 in the final quarter, 64-26 your final from here at the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. And Spring Mills only in double-digit scoring one quarter in this game, and that was the second quarter where make that none in this game, 6, 4, 8, and 8. So did not get in double digits in scoring in any of the four quarters here at the Fieldhouse tonight.
And Martinsburg extended that lead all along the way. 14 after 1, 25 at the half, 29 after 3, and they go on for the 38-point victory. We'll take a timeout, come back and look at some individual numbers in this one. A 2-minute timeout on our post-game show brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg. Hey, go to their Facebook page and check out their great menu. They have daily specials and a great atmosphere to enjoy a great meal. That is at the Palace Lounge in Martinsburg. Final in this one, it is the Martinsburg Bulldogs 64, the Spring Mills Cardinals 26.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together. This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, equal housing lender.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg offers hand-cut, locally sourced steaks, fresh seafood, and sandwiches with great daily specials like 75-cent wings all day Monday, prime rib on Tuesday, New York strip on Wednesday, and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Ask for the lunch punch card and have lunch on the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard. And don't forget the Big Apple Lounge on Sater Drive in Inwood.
Now time for us to take a look at the numbers in this one. Martinsburg getting the better of Spring Mills 64-26 with some individual numbers. Here's Matt.
Who do you want to start with?
Let's start with Spring Mills. It's a quicker list to run through.
Oh, wow, nice shot taken
Just
there.
saying.
Wow. Quincy Ray, 9 points, led the Cardinals. He also went 3 for 3 from the charity stripe. 6 points for Jalen Franklin, just a sophomore. Was impressed with his play tonight. That included 4 in the second half. 5 points for Jacob Gill Wilson, which included a 50% effort from the line, going 3 for 6. 4 points for Christian Bolduc, and a basket for Keon Padmore Johnson. Let's go over to the Martinsburg Bulldogs, leading all scorers with 19. Doran Smith, 13 of those coming in the first half. 12 points for Anthony Smith. Smith also went 3 of 4 from the line in tonight's effort. 8 points apiece for Kazan Villa, and 8 points as well for Cyril Ngasa, including a couple of late threes in the fourth quarter. 5 points for Garrett Stobbs. Looking at some other numbers, 3 for Avion Blackwood. That included a 1-for-1 effort from the charity stripe. 3 for Luke Fowler as well. And a bucket apiece for Kamari Endow, Trey Sager, and Jess Sutherland. Make sure I get everybody. There was a lot of scores for the Dogs tonight. And yes, that is your individual numbers, Matt, team numbers.
All right, Martinsburg knocked down 6 threes in this one, while Spring Mills could never get that outside shot going, did not make a three-point basket. The Cardinals go 6 of 10 from the foul line. That was 60%. Martinsburg goes 4 of 5 from the line. That is 80%. We had the Bulldogs committing 12 fouls, 9 committed by Spring Mills. The Cardinals out-rebounded by 14 unofficially. I had Martinsburg at 35 boards to the Cardinals 21, and Spring Mills with 20 turnovers. Not bad considering they had 15 at the half, but a better job in that second half. Martinsburg with 12 turnovers in the ball game. Again, Martinsburg outscoring Spring Mills 20-6 in the first, 15-4 in the second, 12-8 in the third, and 17-8 in the fourth. And the Dogs go on for the 38-point victory, 64-26. High school basketball presented by Smallwood Small Insurance and the Cider Press Restaurants. We say thanks to them and all of our sponsors. We still have one more segment remaining on our Palace Lounge postgame show. When we come back, we will tell you what is next for both of these teams and set you up for not only our next broadcast, but also our Talk Radio WR and our broadcast schedule as we have the NCAA tournament, including the West Virginia Mountaineers, getting started tomorrow into Friday and right through the weekend. We've got all of that coming up after this 2-minute timeout. It's West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Craving lunch or dinner? The Cider Press restaurant inside Taylor's Farm Market has what you're craving. Awarded one of the 101 most unique places to eat in West Virginia, the Cider will fill you up with their delicious fresh orchard panini, mouth-watering smoker burger, farmer's daughter Cobb salad, and more. The Cider Press also serves a wide selection of craft beer and hard ciders. The Cider Press, serving lunch and dinner daily and where the food is fresh. You'll feel right at home. Now offering online ordering at Cider Press Deli and Grill.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com.
NMLS number 237527, equal housing lender. The Art McBee Insurance Agency is proud to be a sponsor of EPAC Basketball. We're an independent insurance agency representing many top insurance companies. We offer home, auto, business, life, and health policies. Call us at 304-263-6906 or stop in at 824 North Queen Street in Martinsburg for a no-obligation quotation. Offices in Martinsburg and Berkeley Springs.
Craving lunch or dinner? The Cider Press restaurant inside Taylor's Farm Market has what you're craving. Awarded one of the 101 most unique places to eat in West Virginia, the Cider will fill you up with their delicious fresh orchard panini, mouth-watering smoker burger, farmer's daughter Cobb salad, and more. The Cider Press also serves a wide selection of craft beer and hard ciders. The Cider Press.
Field House, the Bulldogs getting the win over Spring Mills, 64-26. Matt, we have one other final that we can report. Musselman over Washington 53-40 in the south end of the county. A little more to the north end of the county, Jefferson was at Hedgesville, and the last score that we had was in that fourth quarter, correct?
It was 2 minutes left to go in the game, and it was 62-46 Jefferson. So we would imagine that Jefferson went off for the win, but we do not have a final in that one yet.
So there you go, and all of those key EPAC games, and as well this one a key sectional matchup, and Martinsburg getting the win here. What's next for these two teams? Well, Martinsburg is at Hedgesville on Friday. We will have that game broadcast. Spring Mills will go to Washington on Friday. Spring Mills then will host Frankfort on Saturday, as they still have two games to close out this week. And next week, Martinsburg will be at Washington on Tuesday, and on Friday we'll be at Musselman, and we do have a final, 67-48. Jefferson getting the victory in that matchup over Hedgesville. Again, that was 67-48. All right, Matt, our next broadcast is tomorrow evening. It is a girls' game. It will be Martinsburg at Spring Mills, and that is a TV-only and WRNR TV on YouTube broadcast, because on our radio airwaves, we will have the NCAA men's basketball tournament officially getting started with what they call the play-in games, and that's tomorrow evening at 5 o'clock. Am I getting under your skin yet with that?
No, not at all. I don't know what you're talking about.
And then those 4 teams will fill the remainder of the bracket with play beginning with 12 noon coverage on Talk Radio WRNR on Friday. We will break away from that coverage on the radio at 7 o'clock to bring you Martinsburg at Hedgesville. And then when Martinsburg and Hedgesville wraps up, we will take you to the pregame as we get ready for West Virginia's opening round matchup against Morehead State. That one is a pregame that begins at about 8:45. They're not supposed to tip until 9:50, so you will catch all of that action as well. And then the NCAA tournament continues on Saturday beginning at 12 noon. Once again, as that goes over the radio, we'll have a girls basketball game on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. Hedgesville will be here to face Martinsburg in that girls game on Saturday right around 2:30 with our pregame getting underway at 2. And then on Sunday, right back to the NCAA tournament at 12 noon. West Virginia with a win on Friday will play sometime on Sunday. We'll find that out probably on Saturday morning.
Would play, not will play necessarily. Still got to win that game.
Well, that's true.
Still got to win the first one.
Yep.
Would be a big upset, but it would play. I wouldn't go straight to will play yet. It's still March Madness.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for us. Thank you to each of our sponsors supporting our coverage of high school boys and girls basketball. We thank you for joining us for the broadcast on each of our various entities. Thanks to both head coaches for giving us interviews, statistics, information to be ready for the broadcast. And thanks to Athletic Director Davis Moore and all the staff and the folks here at the Fieldhouse for their help and hospitality. Our studio engineer is Colin McLaughlin. John Alderton running our TV10 camera. Matt Crawford is my partner, and I'm Matt Miller, reminding you the final in this one. It is Martinsburg 64, Spring Mills 26. Until next time, so long, everyone.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Basketball. Today's game has been brought to you by
Smallwood and Small Insurance, 121 Administrative Drive, Martinsburg. Cider Press Restaurant, just off exit 5 Inwood. Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring, 6342 Winchester Avenue, Inwood. Chris Ross with Milestone Realty, 105 Tavern Road, Martinsburg. The Mortgage Center, 115 Aiken Center, Martinsburg. Dynamark Atlantic Security, your local alarm professional. Holly's VIP North Side at 36 Veronica Drive, Martinsburg. Art McBee Insurance, Martinsburg and Berkeley Springs. And D&N Auto Specialist off Tavern Road, Martinsburg.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and NBA basketball, keep it tuned to Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. All rights reserved.